A simple act of kindness that changed everything. The cold glow of the McDonald's neon sign flickered softly over the dimly lit street, casting long shadows against the pavement. Inside, the hum of the fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, breaking the silence of an otherwise empty fast food restaurant. Anna Morels wiped down the counter with slow, practiced movements, the scent of stale fries and grease lingering in the air. The night shift was always quiet, too quiet sometimes. She had started working at McDonald's 2 years ago to help support her family, but lately, it felt like she was stuck in an endless cycle of exhaustion. She glanced at the clock. 2:47 a.m., just a few more hours. Her feet ached, her back was sore, and her mind buzzed with worries she couldn't silence. The past few months had been rough. Her mother's medical bills were piling up, and her younger brother needed school supplies. Anna had been picking up extra shifts wherever she could, but it was never enough. With a sigh, she leaned against the counter and closed her eyes for just a second. That's when the chime of the entrance bell startled her. A customer. At this hour, she straightened her posture and put on a tired but polite smile as a tall man in a baseball cap and hoodie walked in. He had an easy, relaxed stride, but there was something familiar about him. His face was partially hidden by the cap's shadow, but his voice was smooth and warm when he spoke. "Hey, can I just get a cheeseburger and a small coffee?" Anna nodded, punching in the order. $3.75, she said automatically. The man patted his pockets, his brows furrowing. I think I left my wallet in the car. One sec." He turned to walk back outside, but something inside Anna told her to stop him. Maybe it was his tone, apologetic, almost embarrassed. Maybe it was just exhaustion making her more impulsive than usual. Either way, she found herself saying, "Don't worry about it. It's on me." The man blinked, taken aback. "Wait, really?" Anna shrugged. "Yeah, it's just a burger." For a moment, the man just stared at her as if trying to figure something out. Then, a slow, genuine smile spread across his face. "That's really kind of you. Thank you." She waved it off, handing him the bag and the steaming cup of coffee. "No problem. Have a good night." He chuckled softly, taking the food. "You too, Anna." Her hand froze mid-motion. He knew her name. Before she could ask how, the man gave her a final nod and walked out the door, disappearing into the night. The viral video that changed everything. Anna thought nothing more of it. Just another late-night customer. But 2 days later, everything changed. She was sitting in the break room, sipping on a half-cold cup of coffee, when her coworker Jenna burst through the door, eyes wide. "Anna, you're famous." Anna frowned. "What?" Jenna shoved her phone into Anna's hands. "Look, this video is everywhere." Anna looked down at the screen. It was a blurry security camera recording from the McDonald's counter. It showed the moment she paid for the man's meal. Her small, seemingly unimportant act of kindness. And then, the title of the video made her heart stop. McDonald's worker shows kindness to Keanu Reeves. His response will surprise you. Her blood ran cold. Keanu Reeves. The man she had served wasn't just some random customer. He was one of the most famous actors in the world. The fallout. The video spread like wildfire, with millions of views in just hours. The internet fell in love with the moment, praising Anna for her kindness, admiring Keanu Reeves for his humility. Even major news outlets started covering the story. At first, Anna was overwhelmed. It was surreal. Random people messaging her online, thanking her for being a good person. Even celebrities commented on the post. But her shock turned to horror when she was called into the manager's office the next morning. Her boss, Mr. Carson, sat behind his desk, his expression unreadable. "Anna, corporate called." Her stomach dropped. They saw the video. And, "We have a problem." Anna swallowed hard. "I didn't do anything wrong. It was just a burger." Mr. Carson sighed. Company policy. No giving out free food. You're firing me, she whispered. It's out of my hands. Her whole world crumbled. She walked out of the restaurant in a daze, her apron clenched in her fist. The place she had worked so hard to keep up with had thrown her away over a $3.75 meal. Her phone buzzed with notifications, people online celebrating her kindness, but none of them knew she had just lost her only source of income. How was she supposed to tell her mom? How was she going to pay the rent? Tears burned her eyes, but before she could break down completely, another notification flashed on her screen. An email. The sender's name made her breath hitch in her throat. Keanu Reeves. With shaking fingers, she tapped the message open. Anna, I need to talk to you. I have something important to share. A door closes, another opens. Anna stared at the email on her phone, her heart pounding so loudly she could hear it in her ears. Keanu Reeves. This had to be a prank. Her fingers trembled as she reread the message. Anna, I need to talk to you. I have something important to share. Her mind raced. Was this really happening? Could this actually be Keanu Reeves, or was someone playing a cruel joke? She had seen how viral the video had gone. Millions of views, thousands of comments. Maybe someone had set up a fake email account to mess with her. Still, a part of her, the part that had seen the kindness in his eyes that night, told her it was real. With a deep breath, she tapped reply. Hi, this is Anna. I wasn't expecting to hear from you. Is this really Keanu Reeves? She hesitated before hitting send. The second the message left her phone, doubt crept in. Maybe she shouldn't have responded. Maybe she was being foolish. Before she could overthink it further, her phone dinged. A reply. Yes, it's me. I know you've been through a lot since that night. I'd really like to talk. Can we meet? I promise this is not a joke. Anna covered her mouth with her hand. This wasn't a scam. This wasn't fake. Keanu Reeves wanted to meet her. The storm before the calm. Despite the surreal feeling of the moment, reality came crashing back down. She was unemployed, broke. Her family needed her, and here she was, exchanging emails with a celebrity like it was some kind of fairy tale. As much as she wanted to believe this was a turning point, life had taught her to be cautious. Hope was dangerous. It made people believe in things that weren't real. Her stomach twisted as she walked home, the weight of what had happened settling in. Her mom was going to be devastated. When she finally pushed open the door to their tiny apartment, she found her mother, Elena, sitting on the worn-out couch, flipping through the stack of medical bills. Anna swallowed hard. Mom. Elena looked up, her tired eyes filled with warmth despite the exhaustion in her face. Maija, you're home early. Anna clenched her fists. How was she supposed to say it? I got fired. Her mother froze, her fingers tightening around the stack of bills. Quay. They fired me, Mama. Because of the video. Her voice cracked. Elena stared at her for a long moment, then slowly put the papers down. She reached forward, taking Anna's hands in hers. Tell me everything. So she did. She told her mother about that night, about Keanu Reeves, about how she hadn't expected anything to come from it. She told her about the video, how it went viral, and how corporate didn't care about kindness, only rules. And then she told her about the email. Elena's eyes widened. Dios mío. Keanu Reeves. The actor. He wants to meet you. Anna nodded, unsure of how to feel. Then you should meet him, Elena said without hesitation. Anna blinked. What? Elena gave her a small, knowing smile. Maija, life is strange. Sometimes, when one door closes, another opens in the most unexpected way. Maybe this is that door. Anna exhaled slowly. What if it's nothing? What if it's just a conversation, and nothing changes? Her mother cupped her cheek gently. Then you move forward, like you always do. But what if it's something? Anna had no answer for that. The meeting that changed everything. The next day, after double-checking, that she wasn't being catfished, Anna found herself sitting in the corner of a quiet cafe, nervously fidgeting with her phone. And then he walked in. This time, there was no baseball cap to hide his face, no shadows concealing his features. It was really him, Keanu Reeves. He looked around for a second, then spotted her and smiled. That same genuine, kind smile he had given her that night. Anna felt her breath hitch as he walked over and sat across from her. "Anna," he said warmly, "it's really nice to see you again." She swallowed, trying not to panic. "Hi." A small silence settled between them before he spoke again. "I heard what happened after the video went viral. I'm really sorry." His brows furrowed. "That wasn't fair." Anna forced a small smile. "It's okay. I'll figure things out." Keanu studied her for a moment. "I believe that. But I also think you deserve better." She didn't know how to respond to that. And then he said something that sent her world spinning. "I want to help." Anna blinked. "Help? How?" Keanu leaned forward, his expression serious yet kind. "I know what it's like to struggle, to be in a situation where you're trying your best, but life keeps making it harder." He exhaled. "You didn't know who I was that night. You weren't kind to me because I was famous. You did it because you have a good heart. And people like you deserve a chance." Anna's throat tightened. "I have a foundation that helps people get back on their feet," he continued. "Job training, education grants, mentorships. If you're open to it, I want to offer you a place in the program." Her heart pounded. "Wait, you're serious?" Keanu nodded. 100%. Anna stared at him, overwhelmed. Was this really happening? A day ago, she had lost her job. Her future had seemed bleak. And now, one of the biggest actors in the world was offering her a lifeline. Tears burned her eyes, but she quickly wiped them away. "I don't know what to say." Keanu smiled. "Say yes." Anna let out a soft, shaky laugh. "Yes." At that moment, she realized something. Her mother was right. Sometimes, when one door closes, another one opens in the most unexpected way. A new path, a new challenge. Anna could hardly believe what had just happened. As she left the cafe, her mind swirled with emotions, hope, disbelief, and a lingering fear that somehow this was all too good to be true. Keanu Reeves, one of the most famous actors in the world, had just offered her a chance to turn her life around. But was she really ready for it? For so long, she had been struggling just to survive, working long shifts, making sure her mom had what she needed, looking after her younger brother. She had never thought about the possibility of a future beyond scraping by. Yet here it was. And now she had a decision to make. Telling her family. When Anna got home, her mother was sitting at the kitchen table, her reading glasses perched on her nose as she flipped through a stack of bills. Her younger brother, Matteo, sat nearby, scribbling in his notebook. Anna hesitated for a moment before speaking. "Mama, something happened today." Elena looked up, her tired eyes immediately filled with concern. "What is it, Mija?" Anna swallowed. "Keanu Reeves offered me a spot in his foundation. He wants to help me get a better job, maybe even go back to school." For a moment, there was silence. Then, to her surprise, her mother's eyes filled with tears. "Mija," Elena reached out, gripping her hand tightly. "This is a blessing." Matteo, who had been half listening, finally looked up. "Wait, are you serious? Keanu Reeves? Like John Wick? Neo?" Anna let out a small laugh. "Yeah, that Keanu Reeves." Matteo's jaw dropped. "Dude, what the heck?" Her mother squeezed her hand. "You have to take this, Anna. It's a sign." Anna felt a lump in her throat. "But what about you? And Matteo? I don't want to leave you both struggling." Elena smiled through her tears. "We'll be fine, Mija. You always take care of us. Now, let someone take care of you." Anna nodded slowly, a strange mix of fear and excitement swelling in her chest. For the first time in a long time, she felt like she had a real shot at something more. First steps into a new world. A week later, Anna found herself standing in front of a sleek glass building in downtown Los Angeles, the Reeves Foundation. The name was written in bold letters above the entrance. Anna took a deep breath and stepped inside. The lobby was modern and warm, nothing like the cold, corporate offices she had imagined. Instead, there were framed photographs on the walls, showing moments of people being helped, former students, workers, and families who had found a new beginning through this place. A friendly woman at the front desk smiled at her. "You must be Anna. Mr. Reeves is expecting you." Anna's stomach twisted with nerves as she was led down a hallway. She had barely processed what was happening when the door in front of her opened, and there he was, Keanu Reeves, dressed in a simple black button-up and jeans, standing in an office that looked more like a cozy workspace than the office of a Hollywood star. "Anna, you made it." He grinned. "Come on in." Anna stepped inside, still feeling like she was in a dream. Keanu gestured toward a chair. "How are you feeling?" Anna let out a shaky laugh, overwhelmed, but grateful. He nodded. "That's normal. Starting something new is always scary. But I promise, this program is here to help you. And I'll be here to help you." Anna blinked. "Wait, you mean you're actually involved? I thought you just funded it." Keanu chuckled. "No way. This is personal to me. I know what it's like to struggle, to feel stuck. When I was younger, I didn't have an easy road, either." Anna tilted her head. "But you're Keanu Reeves." His smile softened. "Yeah, but before I was Keanu Reeves, I was just a kid who didn't know where life would take me." Anna was stunned. She had never thought about that before. A harder journey than expected. Over the next few weeks, Anna threw herself into the program. She took financial literacy courses, job training, and even college prep classes. She met other people who had come from similar backgrounds, single moms, struggling workers, and students who had been given a second chance. But it wasn't easy. Some days, the self-doubt crept in. Was she really smart enough for this? Could she really build a new future for herself? One particularly tough day, after struggling through a business class, she found herself sitting alone outside, staring at the city skyline. She barely noticed when someone sat beside her. "You okay?" She turned and saw Keanu. Anna sighed. "I don't know. This is harder than I thought. Maybe I don't belong here." Keanu studied her for a long moment before speaking. "You know what I've learned, Anna? The things that are the hardest are usually the things worth fighting for." She looked down, frustrated. "I just feel like I'm behind everyone else. Like I don't deserve this chance." Keanu shook his head. "You do. And you're not behind. You're just on a different path. Don't compare yourself to anyone else." Anna bit her lip, trying to hold back tears. "What if I fail?" Keanu smiled gently. "Then you get back up, and I'll be here to help." Anna stared at him, overwhelmed by his kindness. In that moment, she realized something. This wasn't just about getting a new job. This was about changing her life. And she wasn't going to let this chance slip away. Rising from the ashes, the days turned into weeks, and Anna threw herself into the program at the Reeves Foundation with everything she had. She hadn't been in a classroom since high school, and now suddenly she was sitting in business courses, taking notes on things she had never even considered before: financial literacy, career development, leadership skills. At first, it was overwhelming. The other students seemed so much more confident, so much more prepared. Many of them had already started working on new career paths. Some were getting into management positions, others into social work, tech jobs, even entrepreneurship. And Anna, she still felt like that girl behind the counter at McDonald's, wiping tables and hoping for a miracle. The breaking point. One day, after struggling through an accounting class, Anna found herself in the Foundation's library, staring blankly at the screen of her laptop. The numbers blurred together. Her head ached. I don't belong here. The thought hit her like a gut punch. What was she even doing? She had never been book smart. She had barely passed math in high school, and now she was supposed to understand profit margins and balance sheets. Frustrated, she slammed her laptop shut and rubbed her temples. That's when she heard a familiar voice. Accounting getting to you. She looked up and saw Keanu Reeves standing there, holding 2 cups of coffee. Anna let out a shaky breath. It's kicking my ass. Keanu chuckled and handed her a cup. Yeah, numbers aren't my thing either. Anna arched an eyebrow. Wait, really? But you run a whole foundation. Keanu sat across from her, sipping his coffee. That's what accountants are for. He winked. I stick to what I'm good at. Anna sighed. That must be nice, knowing what you're good at. Keanu studied her for a moment. You know, I've met a lot of people in this program, and you're one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Anna scoffed. That doesn't mean I'm good at anything. Keanu tilted his head. Really? Let's test that theory. He leaned forward. What's something you've always loved doing? Anna frowned. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I guess I'd always liked talking to people, helping them. I used to tutor kids after school when I was younger. Keanu's eyes lit up. And you were good at it, weren't you? Anna hesitated. I mean, yeah, but that's not a real skill. Keanu grinned. Says who? She furrowed her brow. I don't know. It's not like you can make a career out of being good with people. Keanu leaned back in his chair. Anna, let me tell you something. The world is full of people who are technically skilled, but terrible with others. If you have a talent for connecting with people, for helping them, you have something valuable. Anna bit her lip. Could that really be true? So, Keanu continued, what if we focused on something that plays to your strengths? Anna thought about it for a long moment. Like what? Keanu grinned. Let's find out. A new direction. That night, Anna stayed up researching careers that focused on people skills, social work, HR, coaching, even therapy. For the first time, she felt excited instead of overwhelmed. Maybe she wasn't meant to sit behind a desk crunching numbers. Maybe she was meant to help people the way Keanu had helped her. Over the next few weeks, she shifted her focus. Instead of forcing herself into business and finance, she started taking psychology and leadership courses. She signed up for mentorship training at the foundation and began volunteering with new program members, helping them adjust, just like she had struggled to do. And something amazing happened. She thrived. Anna had never felt so sure of anything in her life. The moment she stepped into a mentor role, she realized this was what she was meant to do. The unexpected opportunity. A month later, Keanu called her into his office. She hesitated before stepping inside. You wanted to see me. Keanu smiled, motioning for her to sit. I have a question for you, Anna. How would you feel about working here? Anna froze. Wait, what? Keanu chuckled. You're a natural mentor. You've been helping new students adjust, guiding them when they feel lost. That's not something I can teach. It's something you just have. Anna's mind reeled. Was he offering her a job? We need more program coordinators, people who can guide students through the process, help them find the right path. And you're already doing it without realizing it. Anna's breath caught in her throat. You really think I can do that? Keanu smiled. I know you can. Tears welled in Anna's eyes. For the first time in her life, someone saw her as more than just a fast food worker. For the first time, she had a future. The full circle moment. A week later, Anna walked into the Reeves Foundation not as a student, but as a new employee. She had a desk, a real desk. She had a job that mattered. And most importantly, she had purpose. As she settled into her new role, she saw a young woman sitting alone in the corner, looking overwhelmed. Anna smiled and walked over. "Hey," she said gently. "First day." The woman nodded nervously. Anna sat beside her, just like Keanu had once done for her. "I know it feels scary, but trust me, you're gonna be okay." The woman looked at her, hopeful. "Really?" Anna grinned. "Yeah, and if you need help, I'm here." At that moment, she realized something. She had come full circle. Success, sacrifice, and the true test of character. Anna had never imagined herself here. A year ago, she had been standing behind a McDonald's counter, exhausted, and barely getting by. Now she was a program coordinator at the Reeves Foundation, helping others find their way, just like she had. But success came with its own set of challenges. The weight of responsibility. Anna's new role at the foundation was rewarding, but it was also demanding. She was now responsible for dozens of students, guiding them through the same struggles she had faced. Every day, she saw people walk through the doors lost, broken, desperate for a chance. And she wanted to help all of them. She worked long hours, often staying late to make sure no one fell through the cracks. She spent weekends mentoring, answering calls, making sure her students had everything they needed to succeed. But it started to take a toll. At night, she would come home, drained. Her mother noticed. "Maija, you need to rest," Elena told her one evening. "You can't save everyone." Anna shook her head. "I have to try." But deep down, she knew her mother was right. She was giving everything to her job, and slowly she was losing herself. A heartbreaking choice. Then came the toughest moment of her career. A young woman named Danica had joined the program. She was 22, a single mother trying to escape an abusive past. Anna saw so much of herself in Danica. Hardworking, determined, but afraid of failure. Danica wanted to be a nurse, but she didn't believe she was smart enough to get into school. Anna had spent weeks coaching her, helping her study, preparing her for the entrance exam. And then, one night, Anna got a call. Danica was crying. "I can't do this," she sobbed over the phone. "I'm not good enough." Anna rushed to her apartment, sitting with her on the floor, holding her as she cried. "You are good enough," Anna whispered, "but you have to believe it." Danica wiped her tears and nodded. A week later, she took the test, and she passed. It was one of the proudest moments of Anna's life. But just when things seemed perfect, everything came crashing down. A devastating blow. One evening, Anna was in her office when her phone rang. It was her brother, Matteo. "Anna, it's Mom." She collapsed. Anna's heart stopped. She rushed to the hospital, her mind spinning. When she got there, she found her mother lying in a hospital bed, pale and weak. The doctor pulled her aside. "Your mother's condition is worsening. She needs long-term care." Anna's stomach twisted. "How bad is it?" The doctor sighed. "She needs treatment soon, but it's expensive." Anna felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. She had spent so much time helping others, she hadn't saved enough money for her own family. And now, her mother's life depended on it. An unthinkable offer. A few days later, Anna got a call from an old friend. It was her former manager from McDonald's, Mr. Carson. "Anna, I saw what you've been doing. You've come a long way." Anna was shocked. "Oh, thanks." Carson hesitated. "Listen, I have a business opportunity. It's not exactly legal, but it pays. A lot." Anna's stomach turned. "What kind of opportunity?" she asked carefully. "Just moving some shipments. No questions asked. You'd make 5 times what you're making now." Anna felt her heart race. She needed money. Fast. Her mother was dying, and this offer could solve everything. For the first time in her life, Anna was tempted. She had spent so long doing the right thing. But what if the right thing wasn't enough? A crossroads. That night, Anna sat in her apartment, staring at her phone. Carson's number was on the screen. All she had to do was say yes. But deep down she knew, if she did this, she would lose herself. Everything she had worked for, everything Keanu had taught her, everything she had fought to become, it would all be for nothing. And then her phone buzzed. A message from Keanu. "Anna, I just wanted to say, I'm proud of you. No matter what happens, you've changed lives, including mine." Anna felt tears spill down her cheeks. She knew what she had to do. A leap of faith. The next morning, Anna went straight to Keanu's office. She sat down, taking a deep breath. "I need help." Keanu listened as she explained everything. Her mother's condition, the money she needed, the offer from Carson. When she finished, Keanu sat back, studying her. Then he smiled. "I was hoping you'd ask for help." Anna blinked. "Wait, what?" Keanu leaned forward. "You think I'd let you face this alone? This foundation exists to help people like you, and that includes your family." Anna's breath caught. "But I can't afford." Keanu shook his head. "Consider it a grant. No strings attached." Tears flooded Anna's eyes. For so long, she had believed she had to do everything alone. But she wasn't alone. She never had been. A new beginning. Anna quit her job at the foundation, but not for the reason she once feared. Instead, Keanu offered her something even bigger, a leadership role. Anna became the director of outreach, traveling across the country, helping expand the foundation's reach. She saved her mother. She saved herself. And now she was changing lives. One person at a time. The storm before the breakthrough. Anna had fought her way out of struggle. She had found a purpose. She had saved her mother. Now she was standing at the top of her world. As the director of outreach for the Reeves Foundation, she traveled across the country, helping new program centers open in struggling communities. She gave speeches. She mentored students. For the first time in her life, she wasn't just surviving. She was thriving. But success wasn't easy. And when you're at the top, there's always someone waiting to pull you down. The scandal that shook everything. It started with a single headline. Anna had just stepped off a plane in New York for a conference when her phone buzzed. She glanced at the notification, expecting another work email. Instead, her stomach dropped. The headline read, "Keanu Reeves Charity Accused of Financial Misconduct. Director of Outreach Under Fire." Her hands went numb. She clicked the article. Anonymous sources were accusing the Reeves Foundation of mismanaging donation money. And worse, her name was mentioned. Sources claim Anna Morels, Director of Outreach, was fast-tracked to an executive position despite no prior experience in nonprofit work. Allegations suggest favoritism, possible misuse of funds, and lack of financial accountability. Anna felt her breath shorten. What the hell was happening? She barely had time to process before her phone rang. "Keanu." She answered immediately. "Tell me this isn't real." His voice was calm but firm. "It's not. But we need to handle it. Fast." Enemies in the shadows. By the time Anna reached the foundation's headquarters, the press was everywhere. Cameras flashed as she pushed through the crowd, questions flying at her like bullets. "Ms. Morales, did you use foundation money for personal expenses? How did you get such a high position so quickly? Is Keanu Reeves personally involved in this scandal?" Anna clenched her jaw and ignored them. When she finally stepped into Keanu's office, she was met with a storm of tension. The foundation's board members were there, their faces grim. Keanu sat at the head of the table, his usual warmth replaced with sharp focus. "We have a problem," he said. Anna nodded, forcing herself to stay calm. "Who's behind this?" One of the board members slid a file toward her. Someone inside the foundation leaked false information to the press. Anna flipped through the papers, her eyes scanning the accusations. Then she froze. At the bottom of the report was a name she recognized immediately. Mr. Carson, her former McDonald's manager. The man who had once offered her illegal money. the man she had turned down. A betrayal from the past. Anna's blood ran cold. Carson did this. Keanu nodded. We traced the leak back to him. After you rejected his offer, he must have wanted revenge. Anna gritted her teeth. How did he even get close enough to spread this? A board member sighed. He's been working with a group that wants to discredit the foundation. They'd been trying to take us down for months. Anna clenched her fists. She had worked too hard to let this happen. So what do we do? Keanu leaned forward. We fight back. But we have to do it the right way. The fight for the truth. Over the next 2 weeks, Anna worked tirelessly to clear her name. She gathered financial records, proving every dollar she had spent was accounted for. She sat through hours of interviews, answering questions from skeptical reporters. But the accusations didn't die easily. The public loved a good scandal, and people who had once praised her were now turning against her. Anna felt the weight of it all. But she refused to give up. And then, a breakthrough. One of the foundation's employees, a woman named Renee, came forward with evidence. She had emails and recorded conversations proving that Carson and his associates had fabricated the entire story. It was all a setup. The news broke. The truth came out. And just like that, the storm passed, stronger than before. The day after the scandal was officially shut down, Anna stood in Keanu's office, exhausted but relieved. He smiled. You did good. Anna let out a breath. I thought I was going to lose everything. Keanu shook his head. You've built too much to lose it now. And you proved something important. You don't just belong here. You can lead. Anna felt her chest tighten. I still can't believe people believed Carson over me. Keanu nodded slowly. That's the way the world works. People are quick to believe the worst. But the ones who matter, they know the truth. Anna swallowed hard. I'm not sure I can ever go through something like this again. Keanu leaned forward. That's what makes you different. You don't run when things get hard. You fight. Anna exhaled. He was right. She had been tested. And she had come out stronger. A new purpose. A month later, Anna was promoted to vice president of the Reeves Foundation. She had come full circle, from a struggling McDonald's worker to a leader. She had been knocked down, but she had stood back up. And now, she was going to help others do the same. The legacy of kindness. Anna Morales had come a long way. From wiping tables at McDonald's to standing as the vice president of the Reeves Foundation, she had fought, sacrificed, and survived every challenge thrown her way. Now, as she stood in the foundation's grand hall, overlooking a crowd of hundreds of students and graduates, she felt something she hadn't allowed herself to feel in a long time. Pride. This was it. Her journey, every struggle, every tear, every battle, had led to this moment. But just when she thought her story had reached its climax, life presented her with one final test. The impossible offer. The night before the event, Anna was sitting in her office when an email popped up on her screen. It was from a global nonprofit organization, one of the most prestigious in the world, and it was addressed to her. Dear Ms. Morales, we have been following your incredible work at the Reeves Foundation and are deeply impressed by your impact. We would like to extend an invitation for you to join us as our new Director of Global Initiatives. This position will allow you to expand your reach beyond the United States, helping to develop education and empowerment programs across the world. We believe you are the perfect candidate for this role. Let us know if you're interested. Sincerely, the United World Initiative Team. Anna froze. A global opportunity. This wasn't just a promotion. This was history in the making. If she took this job, she wouldn't just be helping people in the U.S. anymore. She would be helping millions all over the world. But there was a catch. It meant leaving the Reeves Foundation, leaving everything she had built. And worst of all, leaving Keanu Reeves, the man who had believed in her from the very beginning. A conversation that changed everything. Anna spent the whole night torn apart. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't think. So early the next morning, she did the one thing she knew she had to do. She went to see Keanu. He was in his office, sipping coffee when she walked in. He took one look at her face and knew something was wrong. "Talk to me," he said. Anna took a deep breath and handed him the email. Keanu read it silently, his expression unreadable. When he finished, he set the paper down and looked up at her. "This is big." Anna nodded. "I don't know what to do." Keanu leaned back, studying her. "What's stopping you?" She swallowed hard. "This foundation. These people. You." Keanu smiled softly. "Anna, do you remember what I told you when you first started?" She thought back to that first meeting in his office, when she had been lost and unsure. Then she whispered, "The things that are hardest are usually the things worth fighting for." Keanu nodded. "This isn't just a job offer, Anna. This is your next fight." Anna's chest tightened. "But what if I fail?" Keanu reached across the desk, resting a hand over hers. "Then you get back up, just like you always have." Anna let out a shaky laugh, tears burning her eyes. This man had given her everything. And now he was telling her it was time to go. A farewell to remember. The day of the graduation ceremony, Anna took the stage one last time. Hundreds of students, people just like her, people who had been given a second chance, watched as she stood behind the podium. She took a deep breath. Then she began. "A year ago, I was standing behind a McDonald's counter. I had no direction, no future, just a heart full of doubt." She glanced at Keanu in the front row. "But then, someone believed in me. Someone reminded me that one act of kindness can change a life. And now, it's my turn to pass that kindness forward." She swallowed hard. "I want you all to remember something. Success isn't about where you start. It's about where you refuse to stop." The crowd erupted into applause. And when Anna stepped off that stage, Keanu was waiting. He pulled her into a hug. "I'm proud of you." Anna smiled through her tears. "I wouldn't be here without you." Keanu chuckled. "Yes, you would. I just helped you see it." The next chapter begins. A week later, Anna boarded a plane. She was leaving behind everything she had known. But she wasn't afraid anymore, because she had learned the most important lesson of all. Her story wasn't ending. It was just beginning.